In this lecture, I'm going to teach you revolve, and this will be our last tool that we need to learn to construct a surface. The end result looks like something like this. Is a glass, and if we click on it and hide the end result, we'll see something like the profile or the section of the glass. And this is the first step that we need to do, is to construct the line. I'm going to show it to you step by step. With the file open, we'll use our front view and right click on the tag, go to background bitmap and place. We already have for you, it should be under lectures and February 7, and there's already a image in there that we can place into the view. At this point, the size doesn't matter, so just place an image to the front view. And we're going to trace over the profile. And remember, there's a thickness to it, or otherwise it would become a surface rather than a solid object. So first thing I'm going to do is to draw a vertical line roughly in the center. Could go a little bit longer than the glass, so it sticks out a little bit. And the next thing is I'm going to construct the profile. I would probably start from this point and then trace it over, turn around and finish the whole half of it. So I would use curve, and starting from somewhere here. And remember that we need to snap to just somewhere near. It doesn't have to be precise. We would have to select near from the O snap, so just anywhere sort of near the center, and then we continue to trace over the shape. From the first try, we may not need to exactly follow the shape. It could have a little bit of variation from the original shape. We could easily come back and modify it. Just keep in mind, when we come to this corner, we need to turn pretty sharp, almost like 180 degrees. So I'm going to have to put a few more control points so that the turning will happen. And I would place as little as possible the control point. So do not use too many, because that will cause the file to become too big. And when it turns pretty smooth, we could click somewhere a little bit far from our original shape, the profile of the glass, and that we could come back later and finish and modify the profile. Here we turn quite sharp as well. It's a 90-degree turn, so maybe I would need 3 control points. And here I'm going to have a 180-degree turn, so I'm going to have I put 1 there, and at least 2 here, and they're pretty close to each other. And eventually we finish with perpendicular to our center line. Once you finish, you click on enter, and as we can see, this is not exactly following the profile, so we need to turn on the control point and just modify a little bit. So this is pretty good at this point. One more more thing that we want to think about is we may not need all of this control point. Maybe this one is not necessary. We select and press delete and delete it. If any of the snapping is disturbing you, you could remove them, because sometimes you do not want to snap to a point where it's unnecessary. Now we're pretty happy with the profile. I press escape. And now I'm going to do a revolve. So we already have a center line and we have the profile. So the way to do revolve is probably select your perspective view. Click on surface toolbar and select revolve. Select the curve, press enter, and select the axis. We could just snap to the two ends. And the starting angle could be 0, and the finish angle could be 360. So the starting angle 0, press enter. And we need 360, and that's already there by default. Just press enter. So this is just how this is accomplished.